So before moving to actual coding, let's try if cloud is capable of getting such details. So what if I ask what is the status of my order 12345? So it has got the response. I don't have access to any order tracking system, so I'm not able to look up for an order status for you. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is something beyond the capability of an LLM and will help LLM to accurately get the answer for this query. So let's go and create a Spring Boot application. So let's create a Spring Boot application. So we'll give the package name as com.mcp.server. Okay, let's put MCP Server. Okay, we'll remove this from here. We'll keep it as packaging as jar because we'll need to run this application as jar. Okay, what will be providing to the cloud? JDK 17, YAML is fine, and Maven Java and Spring Boot 3 add dependency MCP. So last time we added MCP client and interacted with an existing MCP server for file system. I'll provide that video as well in the description or at the end screen. And so for this tutorial, we'll be using the model context protocol server. So yeah, we are good with this. So let's generate. Okay. So as you can see, we just have the Spring AI starter MCP server dependency and nothing else besides that. Okay. Let's create an order service. And before creating the order service, let's create a model, order DTR model. Just keep it as order. Okay. And we'll give public integer order ID. Okay, we generate some order ID randomly. Uh, public string order will have some product name. Okay. Uh, public string or say int. Okay, and let's give it status. Okay, status. Okay, let's create a constructor. Generate constructor. Okay, we'll go with the minimum implementation for all these fields later. As per your practice, you all can add as much as you want. We'll generate, get us and set us for all this. Okay, now we are good with the order DT or model, whatever you can call it, and we'll now go and create an order service. Order service. Okay. Now we are using Spring AI, so we'll be using the tools and also let's mark this as service first. Okay. Now we need tools. Okay. So tool one to create order. Okay. Tool number two to fetch all orders. Okay. Tool number three to fetch order by say order ID, and tool number four to delete an order or delete all orders. Okay, so see, there are two ways to implement. You all can create an you can go with the Spring Data GPA Okay, and create a table and fetch and upload it or edit it from there. But in our scenario, we'll just be creating an internal map and we'll store all the order related items into it. So let's create private final map of, we'll call it long. I'll tell you why long, and orders is equals to new concurrent hash map. Okay, now, okay, why long? Because we'll need to generate an order ID. Okay, so here also we'll keep it as long only, not integer. Okay, fine. Okay, and go to order service. Okay, now we'll create an ID generator and atomic long. So private final atomic long ID generator is equals to new atomic long, and we'll pass it as 1. Okay, now we'll go and create a tool. So at the rate tool number 1, will provide a description, okay, to it. Create order, okay, and we'll return a method. So public, we'll keep it void, create order. Okay, now here see, we just need order ID, product name, and status. Okay, so every time we create an order, will its status will be uh, accepted, okay, received or delivered. So order ID, and what else we need? The product name and the status. Okay, so we'll just take create order for a particular product. Okay, again, the entire implementation is on you all, how you all want to implement it. Okay, and what we can do is long, first we'll create the order ID. So long ID is equals to ID generator dot get an increment. Okay, so every time it will get and increment the value. Okay, fine. Now in this orders map, we'll put the long key as ID, comma new order. Okay, now in the new order, I need status product. Okay, so the order of this status, product name, order ID. Okay, we'll change the, okay, that's fine. Status, product name, order ID. So status is created some product and ID. Okay, so, and instead of void, we'll return string as just as a part of response. Return order created for product plus product. Okay, now next is fetch all orders. So again, at the rate tool, description, get all or fetch all order details. Okay, and here we return the list of order, new array list, orders dot values. Okay, now next is order by order ID. So at the rate tool description, retrieve all orders based on order ID. Okay, and public order get order by ID. Oh, so this is the plus point of you can say Copilot, like it gives you code suggestion. So get order will take the order ID and I'll just be returning the orders value based on the order ID. Okay, and next is will clear next last one. So delete all orders. Okay, so at the rate tool. Okay, description, delete all orders. Okay, public void delete all orders. Okay, and in this orders dot clear. Fine. So we are ready with the tools creation. Okay, next we'll need to register this tool. So we have created order service set. So let's register this tool using a tool callback. So let's create the list of tools. So we'll create a bean in the provide public list of. Now here we need tool callbacks. Okay, and we'll just call it as tools. Okay, now here we need to pass which tool we need to register. Okay, since you already have the order service, so I'll be using order service. Okay, now we'll register these tools. Okay, so for that we'll just do return list dot of. Now here we'll need tool, we'll need tool callbacks or the, yeah, tool callbacks dot from and order service. Now we have registered our tools. Okay, so we have created the tools and we have registered the tools, okay, somewhere. So for our application to route to the appropriate tool, we have been using this tool callbacks. So let's go and build this application. Okay, so before building, okay, we need to do few settings over here. Okay, so we need to tell the Spring application that this is an MCP server. Okay, so we'll first give Spring. Okay, we'll application name, name is MCP server. Okay, and next we need is Spring AI MCP server. So we are telling the Spring will be generating this as a MCP. We'll be using this as a MCP server. Okay, now we'll give this server a name. So we can say order MCP server. Okay, now type will be sync. Okay, this will be synchronous. This expects a version, so any version like you can give it. Fine. And see now, as I mentioned earlier, okay, there are two ways to expose the MCP server as through HTTPIO or through a streaming channel, which will be connecting to a remote server using HTTPS. So since we are using standard input output, like this server is exposed locally on my system, and I'll be providing it to the cloud. So I'll be telling that HTTPIO as true. Fine. Okay. Now few more settings to be done in the at the Spring level. So first Spring main uh, Spring banner mode will turn off the banner mode off. Okay, and will be explicitly setting the web application type as none. Okay, so this is not a web application type. We are exposing it as a MCP server. Okay, so we just be web application type none. Okay, yeah, so we are good here. Okay, fine. Now let's build this. Clean install. So whatever the jar will be created, right, we'll need to add it in a JSON. So that is the Cloud Desktop JSON, and the Cloud Desktop JSON, when we start the cloud application, it will pick up that particular jar from the JSON. Okay, now the build is success, and you can see it has generated MCP server 3.5.16 jar. Now this jar contains the entire packaging and all, and we'll be exposing it as a server. So what we can do is we'll try to run this jar once. So I'll do sorry, Java hyphen jar MCP server.jar. Okay, so our application has started. Okay, this is really nice. Now let's create the JSON for this particular jar. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so let's create the JSON. Now for that, let's, okay, so we are exposing this as a MCP server. So we write MCP servers, okay, first. Okay, now after this, we need to provide the MCP server name. Okay, so here we have, okay, what's the name we have given is order MCP server. Okay, so order MCP server. Okay, now after this, we need to order MCP server will point to our order service jar, right? So we need to provide the command will be Java. Okay, Java hyphen jar. Now this, uh, after the command, what comes are the arguments what we pass to the command. So they are args. Okay, and my arguments will contain, first is hyphen jar, Java hyphen jar. Okay, and where my jar is currently pointed. So um, so I'll copy this and let me paste it. Okay, so this will expect double slashes target. Okay, and the jar name is, let me copy this entire jar name. Okay, and paste it. Okay, now I'll tell the MCP server, I'll tell the cloud, okay, this is my MCP server. So whenever I ask anything related to order, you need to go to MCP order MCP server and execute the command java hyphen jar. So when the cloud starts, it will execute this particular jar. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. So let's add this in the cloud now.